The Raiders hit a wall, the Steelers escape with a duck behind them, the 49ers impress, and the Ravens dominate. Again, we have your Week 12 recap and Week 13 predictions right here on Think Fast. This is Beyond the Blitz. Welcome back, everyone, to Blitz Crew. Back at it. My name's Brandon Wells. Joining me is Justin Rogers, as always, and we are excited to bring you Think Fast here today, where we recap Week 12 and we preview Week 13 of the 2019 NFL season. So let's get it started because this is quick. Justin, who we got?
So we got Week 12, which is one of the most exciting weeks that we've had so far in this season. So let's start off that Thursday night matchup. Texans get the win 2017 against the Colts.
I think this is a big win for the Texans. I think they're going to win this division, but I don't think it matters.
And then we got the next game, the Browns getting a big win against a bad team, the Dolphins. The Browns beat the Dolphins 41-24.
I think this is funny. I think this is the most points the Dolphins have scored all season, and they still lost by almost 4 scores. They're not winning any more games.
And then we got the Redskins getting their second win of the season with a game-winning field goal, 19-16 against the Lions.
This is the Lions team that we've been very high on all season, and now they're just kind of making us look like fools, but I still firmly believe this is a good, solid unit. Matthew Stafford's been injured. I think that they might want to look at coaching changes, not necessarily Matt Patricia. I don't think he's the problem in Detroit. He just got there. Give him a couple of years.
Yeah.
But I think this Lions team has a lot of potential moving forward, but losing to the Redskins, there's no excuse. They're done.
And then we got the surprise of the week, the Jets beating the Raiders handily, 34-3.
If you listen to our last episode of Beyond the Blitz, you'll know that I was very high on the Raiders. I think we all were.
Yes.
Saying that look out for them come playoff race. And then they lose by 31 points to the Jets. The reason they lost is because I started talking good about them. That's just the way things work, But yeah, this Raiders team is done after this. You lose that bit to the Jets. There's no coming back from it.
So the Bears then beat the Giants 19-14.
So again, that doesn't really matter. Neither team has an offense. Both teams have a decent defense. The Bears have a better defense. That's why they won.
And the Saints traveling to Carolina and getting a close win, almost losing this game, but coming out with the win 34-31 against the Panthers.
These are two teams that just got destroyed by the Falcons playing each other, coming at it in a divisional game. The Saints were the better team. They won. But Carolina had a bounce-back game, and I think that's something to look at.
And a very defensive game coming up next with the Seahawks beating the Eagles 17-9.
Good win for Seattle. I think that the Eagles are starting to fall off a little bit. This Seahawks team is very solid, and they're going to continue to burst moving forward.
So now we got the Buccaneers traveling to Atlanta and getting a huge win. Jameis Winston, a good game from him, even though he had a couple of picks. 35-22.
Yeah, I'll talk about this in a minute when we get to the predictions, but I think that this Falcons team wasn't ready for Tampa. They were on the road, won 2 big games in a row, and then they come back home and get destroyed by a worse team. This is an Atlanta team that has a lot of problems in the coaching units, mostly with talent, and Tampa Bay is a team that will surge and then not. And you got to take advantage of their mistakes. If you don't take advantage of Tampa Bay's mistakes, you'll lose the game. And Atlanta didn't take advantage of the mistakes.
My AFC East champion, Buffalo Bills, travel to Denver and get a big win, 20-3.
Yeah, the Bills are a good team. They're not great. They're good. And they beat another not great team in Denver. And the Bills were the better team, so they won.
And then the Steelers traveling to Cincinnati and get a win while switching their quarterback 16-10.
I was very certain that this would be the Bengals' first win of the season. It might have been if they put Andy Dalton in a week early. He's starting this upcoming week, so we'll see how that goes. But I think that this team will end up getting a win, and the Steelers have problems.
We have the Titans beating the Jaguars 42-20.
I cannot put the Titans into words. They're hard to analyze. They're inconsistent. They'll explode one week and then just do absolutely nothing the next week. One team I can analyze, especially after this game, is the Jaguars. They're done. And it's not the quarterback's fault. It's not Nick Foles' fault. It's not Gardner Minshew's fault. Both of those quarterbacks are solid. It's the team, it's the unit, it's a game plan. You have Leonard Fournette, one of the best backs in the league, still in stats, can't get in the touchdown. Worst red zone offense in the NFL, can't score points, and you can't win games if you can't score points.
Let's not undermine what Ryan Tannehill's doing this season, though. He's having a fantastic season. Then we got the Patriots at home against the Cowboys in a rainy game and a defensive game, winning this 13-9.
Yeah, this is a game that ended on controversy with the tripping call late into the fourth quarter. When your team only puts up 9 points in the first 3 quarters of football, you can't blame a game on one play. The Cowboys may or may not have won depending on that tripping call, but it doesn't matter. They didn't put up enough points in the beginning of the game, and the Patriots were the better team. That's why they won.
And then we have the last two games of this week with two of the best teams in football, I would say right now, getting statement wins. The 49ers winning over the Packers 37-8, and the Ravens winning over the Rams 45-6.
We'll talk about it in a minute, but the Ravens and 49ers play each other next week, and boy, am I excited for that matchup. Lamar Jackson is my candidate for MVP, and we were talking just a minute ago, Justin. Lamar Jackson is top 10 in the NFL right now in rushing yards. Number 9, averaging more rushing yards per carry than anyone in the NFL. More than Christian McCaffrey, more than Dalvin Cook, more than Nick Chubb. Lamar Jackson is insane, but not just that. His arm accuracy has gotten a whole lot better.
Yes.
And the 49ers defense, I think, is the best in football right now. This team is surging. Their game plan strategy is working. And by beating a good team, I don't think we can overlook the 49ers anymore. This team is good.
And with the Ravens, Morgan on our show last time said he's a better version of Michael Vick, and I can definitely agree with him. He's definitely up there with Russell Wilson, an MVP candidate.
So now we got to move on to week 13 picks, and we got to move a little bit faster because this is think fast, so we got to think a little faster. So let's move on. Bears travel to Detroit. Thanksgiving morning game. Who you got?
Give me the Bears. They're coming off a win, and the Lions just lost to a bad NFC East team in the Redskins. I think this will be a low-scoring game. Give me the Bears 13-7.
Give me the Bears, but because they have a more complete defensive unit, the Lions just have Darius Slay. That's the only reason they've won any games this season. Then for the Thanksgiving afternoon game, we have your AFC East champions, the Buffalo Bills, moving to Dallas to play the Cowboys.
To be completely honest, I'm probably going to fall asleep during this game, most likely because of all the food I have in my stomach. But I'm going to give the win to the Bills here. I think this will be...
you are.
Yeah, I have to give the win to the Bills. No, I think just more from an analytics standpoint, I think this Bills defense can stop Dak Prescott. I mean, he does lead the league in passing yards this season, but I do think this Bills defense is going to do enough to stop him. I think at some point, this Bills offense needs to get going, and this is the game for them to get going. They have to get it done on the run. I think they will. So give me the Bills in this game at 20-17.
I don't know. I think this is a game that Dallas almost needs to win.
Yes.
They're at Thanksgiving. They're at home. The whole nation's watching them. A whole lot of doubters. They're going to want to prove them wrong, and they're going to want to beat another playoff contender like the Bills. I think they'll get it done. I think the Cowboys can get this done. They have a good defense. They have a good offense. If the coaching can actually, for once, come together, Dallas can be a good team and beat the Bills. So give me Dallas. Then we have the Thursday night game. The Saints travel to Atlanta to play the Falcons in a rematch. Who you got?
The Saints just lost a close game to the Panthers. The Falcons just lost not a close game to the Buccaneers at home, and they're going to do it again. I think Drew Brees is going to show why he's one of the best quarterbacks of all time and just carve up this Atlanta defense. And Atlanta, give me the Saints winning this game 31-20.
All right, like I said, I have opinions on this. I think the reason Atlanta lost the way they did to Tampa Bay at home after surging kind of decently is because they already knew they were done. They knew they weren't making the playoffs. What they wanted to do is they wanted to beat their division rival, a surging Saints team, at home on Thanksgiving with the whole nation watching them. I think Atlanta's been planning for this game for 2 weeks now. I think they're ready to play this Saints team. I think they're at home on Thanksgiving. They want to sweep a playoff contender and their division rivals, the Saints. I think that Atlanta can get this done on Thanksgiving because they have that 2-week advantage. Because I don't think they were even looking at Tampa Bay when they played. They knew they were going to lose that game because they just want to beat the Saints.
All right, then. All right.
Then the Titans go to Indianapolis to play the Colts. Who you got?
I think the Titans, they're an up-and-down team, like you said, but they're riding the hot hand of Ryan Tannehill, and that defense has always been a top 15, top 10 defense, and right now the Colts are just on the struggle bus. They've been losing lots of games in a row. I know we said on our earlier podcast that it depends on whether Jacoby Brissett plays or not. He played last time. They lost. Give me the Titans.
Ryan Tannehill needed to change his scenery, and he got it, and he's playing great right now. I don't see the Titans losing this game right now. I think that they're surging. Derrick Henry's going. Late season surge for the Titans. I think they might squeak into the playoffs. We'll see. Give me the Titans. Then we have the game of the year, possibly your Super Bowl matchup, the two best teams in football. We were just talking about them. The 49ers go to Baltimore to play the Ravens.
I think with this one, we saw the Super Bowl matchup possibly last year with the Chiefs and the Rams. That was a high-scoring game, and this one's going to be a low-scoring game. I think both defenses are going to play well. Lamar Jackson is going to have his worst game of the season, rushing-wise. He'll probably have a couple passing touchdowns, but I can see Jimmy Garoppolo showing his candidacy for Comeback Player of the Year. Give me the 49ers in a 24-21 game.
I think the 49ers are going to discover the formula on how to beat Lamar Jackson. I think this is still going to be a great game. Both have good defenses, both have good offenses, both have solid coaching, but I think that the 49ers are going to pull this one out because they're going to contain Lamar Jackson in the pocket, force him to use his arm. He has a good arm, but it's not elite caliber yet. I think because of that, Lamar Jackson's going to throw 2 picks. He'll still have over 300 yards, still have 3 touchdowns, still going to be a good game, but I think Lamar Jackson is going to make a couple of mistakes. He'll still be good, but I think the 49ers are going to win this in another back-to-back statement game.
Yeah.
Then we have the Jets playing the Who Cares Bengals. Who you got?
Well, the Bengals do have Andy Dalton coming back, and they do have A.J. Green coming back, so they will pull out more points than we think, but the Jets are on a roll. I think that their quarterback is doing fantastic. That defense is coming together. Le'Veon Bell's getting touches, as you've been saying. So give me the Jets in this one.
Yeah, the Jets are surging, like you said. St. Darnold's playing well. Give me the Jets. The Browns go to Pittsburgh to play the Steelers.
This is a game just like a lot of games. This is a playoff game for both teams. And Pittsburgh's at home. They're mad about the way they played against the Browns in Cleveland last time. They're probably still mad about the Myles Garrett stuff. I mean, the Browns don't have Myles Garrett. They have a new quarterback coming in. They're game planning with him this week. I think their offense is going to be more efficient than it's been. Not that efficient, but they're still going to be more efficient. And that Steelers defense is a top 10 defense. Give me the Steelers.
The Browns embarrassed the Steelers when they played them last time. I think they're going to do it again. Give me Cleveland. Eagles go to Miami to play the Dolphins.
Give me the Eagles. This Dolphins offense has been good, and this Eagles offense hasn't been. But right now, this Eagles defense, like I said earlier, they're one of the better defenses in the NFL, holding some of their opponents to less than 20 points the last 3 or 4 games. So give me the Eagles in this one.
I think this will be one of 2 games the Eagles will win for the rest of the season. I think they're going to lose out except for this one, and I think they're going to beat the Giants one time. So give me the Eagles because I don't think the Dolphins are winning any more games. So we have the Redskins going to Carolina to play the Panthers up next.
I would like to say the Redskins are going to get this win, but they're not. The Panthers just lost a really close game to the Saints. Give me the Panthers.
Kyle Allen looked good last week. He's going to keep doing it. Give me the Panthers. Packers go to New York to play the Giants.
Packers are angry in this game, and there's no way the Giants, even if they're at home, are going to get a win against this good Packers team. Give me the Packers.
Aaron Rodgers played terrible last week. 49ers just stopped him. Giants don't have that same formula, don't have that same team. Aaron Rodgers is going to go completely off. Give me the Packers. The Buccaneers go to play the Jaguars.
I think the Buccaneers, even though Jameis Winston threw 2 interceptions, he threw 3 touchdowns. It's going to be the same formula this time. He's going to throw a couple interceptions, but he's going to throw a couple of touchdowns. Nick Foles and that offense, even though this is a bad Buccaneers defense, they're not going to do anything, like you said earlier, with that red zone offense they have. It's one of the worst in the NFL. Give me the Buccaneers.
Like I said, if you're going to beat Tampa, it's going to be because you take advantage of their mistakes. They're going to make mistakes, but they're still going to score a lot of points. I think the Buccaneers are going to outscore the Jaguars. Give me the Bucks. The Rams go to Arizona to play the Cardinals.
Arizona's at home. Kyler Murray's going to show up this Rams team and get a huge win for the Cardinals, and the Rams will officially be eliminated from the playoffs because of this game. Give me the Cardinals.
I think the Rams still have a solid unit. I think they can still get it done. Give me the Rams. The Raiders go to play the Chiefs.
This is a close one. This is going to be a very close game, but I think it's a game that the Raiders are going to win. Like I said earlier, I'm still high on the Raiders. There's a fire underneath them that was lit. I know they lost by 31 points, but this is the game you have to win, and this is a game that John Gruden is going to motivate his team to win. I believe in the Raiders. I think the Raiders will get this upset.
I'm not sure if I could disagree with you anymore, Justin. All due respect, but I think that the Raiders just lost by 31 points to the Jets. There's no way they're going to go into Kansas City and beat the Chiefs. No way. The Chiefs blow out the Jets. Then we have the Chargers going to play the Broncos.
I think these are 2 teams that can upset almost any team. They've been in close games all year. These are 2 talented teams. But of these 2 teams, I think the Broncos will pull this off mainly because they will not commit more turnovers than the Chargers.
I agree with a lot of the things you said just now, but I don't think Phillip Rivers is ready to retire. I think he knows he's playing for his career, and I think he's going to go out and he's going to get the win. Then the Patriots go to Houston to play the Texans.
I think this is a good Houston offense, but it's not good enough to beat this Patriots defense. Give me the Patriots in Houston.
I just wish that the 49ers Ravens was prime time instead of this game. But I think that this is always a good matchup every time these 2 teams play, but the Patriots defense is just too good. Give me the Patriots. Then another good game, Monday Night Football. The Vikings go to Seattle to play the Seahawks.
This is one of the best Monday night games we're probably going to see all season. The Seahawks and the Vikings, two good quarterbacks, two MVP candidates in Kirk Cousins and Russell Wilson. I think this will be an offensive game. Dalvin Cook and Chris Carson are also going to go off in this game, but I think the Seahawks are just barely going to squeak by in this and keep pace with the 49ers.
I like both of these teams. I think that the winner of this game may very well get the 5th seed in the playoffs, but I got to go with the 12th man. If this was in Minnesota, I'd say the Vikings, but it's in Seattle, so I'm going to go the Seahawks. Well, that's all of the games we have this week. Thank you very much for tuning in. As always, Brandon Wells, Justin Rogers, this has been Think Fast, and please join us next Thursday where we will have a full-length episode of Beyond the Blitz for you. Thank you very much for listening. This is Beyond the Blitz.
The Bills are going to win the AFC East.